Hey everyone, welcome back to Super Date Bros, where Alex can't get none of this ass.
I'm gonna get it.
You ain't getting shit.
I'm gonna get you.
You gotta work for your meal.
Watch me. Mai and I arrived at Poppy Hall the next morning, and it immediately became clear something changed. Posters drenched in nausea-inducing neon colors were plastered on the lockers. Several students gathered to take a look. This one right here. This fucking pic right here. I hope this is his Twitter avatar for the rest of his life. Oh my gosh! We walked over to one of the walls to get a better look. Is that Jirard? When Mai didn't respond, I turned to look at her. The expression on her face told me that her mind wandered somewhere that would have made a call girl blush. Oh shit. Mai, you're drooling. That seemed to jolt her out of her fantasy. She lifted a sleeve to wipe away the drivel on her chin.
I am not.
R2. What are these posters for?
Well, last year Jared put a fashion show on. Looks like he's doing it again this year.
I didn't know Jirard was into fashion. Mai shrugged.
He's not.
I waited for some type of clarification.
He's so cute.
One time in biology, I saw him take off his sweater and his shirt kind of got stuck to it and pulled up, and I swear he had like 20 abs.
I waited in vain.
Good morning.
Hello, ladies.
Good morning. Oh no. Mai and I whipped around. There stood Jirard in all his glittering, magnificent glory. Mai's face turned a blushing pink. The most beautiful guy in school. This music makes me want to slow down.
I see you're admiring my totally sweet posters.
Yeah, they're really something, Jirard.
I like your abs.
With sudden, soul-crushing realization of what she said, her expression twisted into a mixture of horror and disgust. Jirard was unfazed.
Hana?
Thanks, but Hana, it was actually you I wanted to speak to.
Why would he want to talk to me? Oh, yeah, okay, what's up? Jirard looked expectantly at Mai. She didn't move. Realizing she was in trouble, I nudged her with my elbow as subtly as I could.
Hey.
Mai, would you go get me a soda? I'm really thirsty. Without a word, Mai scuttled away. Jirard turned back to me, a cool glint in his eye. He seemed used to the effect he had on women.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about the fashion show, actually. You're new here and all, so you probably don't know, but every year I like to put on a little fashion show to showcase my modeling skills.
What?
Wait, what?
You know, just to make sure people don't forget what I'm capable of.
He reached into his pocket, pulled out a stack of glossy photos, and thrust them into my hands. I stared down at them in awe. Please show them to me. Yes.
I flipped through them, so sorry.
I flipped through them, starting to notice a pattern.
As you can tell, my beauty is something that simply can't go to waste. I like to hold a fashion show here at Asagao Academy to ensure everyone gets their yearly dose of ProJared.
ProJared. I flipped to the last photo. Heat shot up my neck and into my ears. Surely this was some kind of joke? I shoved the stack of photos back at him, wiping my sweaty palms against my skirt. What does this have to do with me? Ah, that might have been a touch rude. Jirard, as smooth as ever, simply smiled.
You're perfect.
You're perfect.
I think you have potential, Hana.
He suddenly leaned in close to me, so close, in fact, that I could smell his cologne, a musky, sweet aroma of earthy scents and... ham? Potential for what exactly? Jirard shifted, his mouth so close to my ear I could feel its heat.
For greatness.
Oh shit. He reached into his shirt pocket and retrieved a small slip of paper. With quivering hands, I accepted it.
All right.
My card. My number's on the bottom. If you're ever interested, I could teach you a thing or two about modeling.
His card. He's the high school student with a business card.
Hell yeah.
I guess he is a pro. I stared down at the card in my hand, feeling that if I looked away, it would disappear. By the time I gathered the courage to face him again, Jirard was gone. Feeling quite dizzy, I headed for class, the business card strangled to death in my white-knuckled hand. By the time I got through the milling students to the classroom, Mai was sitting at her desk, face down and completely still. I took my seat and twisted around to poke the dejected Mai-shaped heap. She didn't budge.
Hey.
Mai. I heard a muffled groan of despair.
I can't believe this.
I'm such a social disaster.
No, you're not. I tried to sound comforting, but I was never good at this sort of thing. Mai finally lifted her head from her desk.
What's that?
She motioned to the business card that was still in my hand. I set it in front of her. Mai appraised it for a long minute with a blank face, as if I set a rare artifact in front of her that she didn't actually believe was real. Then her eyebrows pulled together.
He gave you his number?
Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, not really. He said I should call him if I want him to teach me how to model like him. It was embarrassing to even say the words, and it was embarrassing to even say, and the words felt awkward in my mouth. The moment I said them out loud, I wished I could grab them back and swallow them. I expected Mai to give me a once-over before making an off-the-cuff comment about how I wasn't nearly pretty enough to be a model. But she didn't.
Yeah!
He totally wants to get with you.
Her tone was so matter-of-fact, I gaped.
What?
What? No, he doesn't. Why would you say that?
Bingo.
Okay, Hana, I've taken enough sex ed classes to know when a guy fully wants you, and Jared, fully wants you.
Why is she so cool about this? Mortified, I snatched the business card back off her desk and shoved it into my jacket pocket, turning away. My cheeks felt like they were on fire. By now, the classroom was filled with students. They chatted among themselves, but the white noise of their conversations wasn't loud enough to drown Mai out. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see John and PBG seated in their desks at the back of the classroom.
I'm talking serious grabby hands in the back of his dad's Camaro here. You're gonna make babies with ProJared, Hana.
I thought she wanted to make babies with ProJared.
She does. Little, glittering,
oh my god,
Jared babies.
I love that he's like Edward Cullen. No, I'm not! You're totally crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Miss Shizuka, like some kind of angel, cleared her throat at the front of the class. I exhaled gratefully and sunk down in my seat. When class finally ended, Mai and I headed for the cafeteria, the incident forgotten in a hurried attempt to explain Miss Shizuka's scandalous last relationship. Dude, Shizuka for prez, dude.
Seriously? He spent all his time trying to choose between her and a dead chick who he... fuck. Seriously, he spent all of his time trying to choose between her and some dead chick who only liked him because he looked like her ex-boyfriend.
Jesus.
I mean, who does that?
We got our food and hesitated in the middle of the room, looking at the normal boots table. Neither of us wanted to go up and demand a seat, especially after wiggling our way in the day before. What if they changed their minds? But Satch, noticing us standing like lost lambs in the middle of the room, waved us over.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. How was class?
Oh, you know, normal?
Or like normal boots. What up?
Oh, shit.
What up?
Oh, shit. Satch nodded and turned away, having been in the middle of talking to Josh. That was awkward. Despite how familiarly he treated me, I still didn't know how to talk to him, or any of them. I looked across the table and locked eyes with PBG, who stared at me like I was a baby German Shepherd.
You...
All right.
Cookies!
What?
What?
Oh, sick.
You brought us cookies. You're the best, Gerard.
Cookie time. Paul sprang out of his chair and practically tackled Gerard.
Whoa, calm down. There's more than enough cookies to go around.
Gerard started passing the cookies around the table, but paused.
You're back again?
He looked at Mai and me. I tried to ignore the disappointment on his face.
Well, here.
He handed us each a cookie, then headed back across the cafeteria. I stared at the small chocolate chips melting in the warm cookie. Did he not want us here? But he was so nice yesterday. I didn't even want to eat the cookie, not if he was going to be as two-faced as that.
Hey!
All right.
Watch where you're walking next time.
Short boy needs to chill. A sheepish Gerard stood next to a short, skinny boy who was holding his tray above his head.
I'm sorry, I'll be more careful. Oh, you're from Normal Boots. Wait, you're the guy who plays with itty bitty kitties, aren't you?
The boy sneered.
How the hell did you manage to get into with a group like that?
Huh?
Huh? They're my friends. Playing with those stupid dolls? You're an embarrassment.
Damn. The kid's friends were hitting his shoulders, looking from Gerard to our table with panicked eyes.
I like what I like.
I like what I like. I think they're fun. Whatever. Whatever. Well, hey.
The kid was let off by his friends. Gerard came back and sat down at the table.
That was weird.
Gerard sat down and began happily munching on his cookie, looking for all the world like he didn't even care about what just happened. I scanned the cafeteria for the boy who heckled him and found him sitting alone at a table, head in his hands. His friends left him behind. Damn. What was that about?
Oh, that? I used to get it all the time. I collect itty bitty kitty figurines. You know that kid show with the 5 kittens who live in Kitten Town? They were originally supposed to have magical powers, but whatever. I collect their figurines. They're so cute. I've almost got them all. I'm only missing Princess Pumpernickel. She's the rarest.
Oh my god. But why was that guy making fun of you? Doesn't it bother you? I was afraid of bringing up bad feelings, but Gerard just shook his head.
It looks kind of weird, right? Teenage boy collecting toys meant for little girls.
Uh-huh.
But I like them, so I don't let it bother me. Sorry I didn't bring enough cookies the first time, Hana. I forgot that you were joining us again, but I'm glad you're here.
I bit my lip. See, Hana, he was being nice the whole time, and here you were jumping to conclusions.
Hey, your cookie will get cold if you don't eat it.
I unwrapped the cookie. Sense of chocolate and cinnamon hit me. I broke off a piece and popped it into my mouth. Jirard whispered something into Nick's ear, who started laughing so hard milk came out of his nose. Was he really okay with people making fun of him? I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
So fun fact, just because this game unironically is very close to me. I got made fun of a lot for collecting video games when I was in grade school.
Really?
Oh, all the time.
What the fuck was everybody else doing?
Fucking the only game that people were like, oh, that's cool, was Pokemon. But like other than that, I couldn't talk about games with my friends because they like all of them. I couldn't play sports because I grew up with a really bad back. I like literally could not play any sports because if I hurt myself, I would be paralyzed from the waist down. And so I had to just play video games. It's all I had. And so it's all I talked about. And I got picked on all the fucking time. It's actually funny, in the Completionist episodes, you hear me like poking fun at a guy named Steve. It's because when I was younger, there was a guy, I'm not going to say his full name, but we called him Steve, and he would always pick on me. And so it's kind of a nod to me picking on him a little bit. Because I don't let people push me around, Steve, wherever the fuck you are.
Hashtag yo fuck Steve.
Yo, Steve, where you at, brother?
Steve.
Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. Fuck you, Steve. At my old school, people made fun of me every day. It was hell. There was no way he could just brush it off like that. Not when I tried so hard to do the same. But as I finished the cookie and started on my ramen and Gerard continued to laugh with the rest of the normal boots, I wondered whether it was as impossible as I always thought.
Hana, can you pass me some pepper?
Oh, shit.
I got it. Here, Jared.
Uh-oh.
Thanks. What's your name again?
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
It's Mai.
Nice.
Thanks, Mai. Dot.
Hana!
Oh, Hana, ready to get back? Ready to head back?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Did my look sad or did I imagine it? It's obvious why she's sad. We threw our trays on the racks and headed out of the cafeteria. As we waved to normal boots and Gerard cheerily waved back, a sudden pang hit my stomach. Was it guilt? Damn. Wedges driven between friends. How can I help it if Jared likes me more than her? After class ended that day, Mai said that she had volleyball practice and sped off. She doesn't want to look at me because she's mad at me. Thankfully, this time I knew where I was going, so I headed straight back and collapsed on my bed. It was nice to have some time to myself. After everything that happened, I felt like I was going crazy. I could use some relaxation. I didn't have a computer or a TV, and the book Satch gave me was really good, but sometimes got a bit hard to read. Instead, I took out my phone and started flipping through the App Store. Nothing really looked good. Wait, what was this? I sat up. Dumby Doom's Revenge? Face off against 3 other players as you catch monsters, raise them, and use their unique skills to aid you on your puzzle-solving quest? Only you can save Metaworld from its ignorant king and utter destruction? Sounds like my kind of game. Now with a single-player campaign, raise crops to feed your monsters. If you're lucky, they'll transform into cute girls. What the hell? It looks so stupid. But it couldn't hurt to give it a try. I downloaded and started up the game.
Welcome to Doomby Doom's Revenge.
I skipped the intro sequence and quickly hit single player.
Single player. Loading.
Load times were terrible. Suddenly, a cartoonish hilly valley met my eyes, panning over to a white castle nestled next to a cliff. A lazy king lay asleep on a throne when a squat silver soldier ran into the room.
King Doomby Doom, quickly, we're under attack, dude. Oh, just send the 1st battalion out, please. I'm rather tired.
The knight left, and the screen faded to a world map showing a horde of black blobs on the right side of the screen. A small group of knights ran up against the blobs and were instantly devoured. One of the black blobs spit out a helmet with a skull inside. Oh shit. What the hell is this game? Things continued this way, with the king sending off his battalions haphazardly until no one was left. Then the king awoke in his chair and turned to the screen.
You!
Me?
Only you can save my kingdom, please!
I don't think I can save your kingdom. You're the one menacing it.
How dare you!
What the hell? Could this thing hear me?
You are no longer my advisor. Go back home to your village and let me deal with it myself.
A tiny sprite with brown hair flew across the world map, bouncing into a bunch of red houses.
I guess my only choice is to raise an army of monsters myself, overthrow the king, and raise an army to fight the oncoming bloobity blobs. Boobity bloobity bloobs.
How the hell did you come to that conclusion? Finally, I was allowed to play the actual game. A dozen multicolored blocks appeared on the screen. The monsters I was initially given could only hit their corresponding colors and couldn't activate any traps. Supposedly, more monsters could eventually learn how to set traps, and you could do certain combos to hinder the opposing team. If you had an attractive girl on your team, she could use an ability to double the rate of your opponent's blocks, or have their clock time. But that had a drawback for you too, and could be used as an asset by the opponent. Not to mention that certain color combinations between girls and monsters activated unique secret abilities, and you could also evolve your monsters and feed them things. How the heck am I supposed to remember all of this? I failed the first few times, but quickly got the hang of it. It was just about being adaptable and maintaining a flexible strategy after all. My eyes started to hurt, and I looked at the time. Oh, this is cute. She's having her first, fun time with a video game. 8 o'clock? It'd been 4 hours? I had reading to do! I grabbed my textbook, flicked my radio on, and began to read. There have been many tales of times when the moon has fallen on other planets, the most popular of these being the myth of Termina. However, these myths have never proven to be more than a hallucination. My eyes blurred over my astronomy textbook and I yawned. Dude, what kind of astronomy is that? From Majora's Mask? The Schubert piece floating from my radio made me want to go to sleep, and I toyed with the idea of going to class without finishing my reading. Who cared how many times the moon was supposed to fall, especially when time travel was involved? Do they study video games in this school?
You know what's funny? This track, I never, actually heard it. I think this was added post-game. Because, when I first played it, I never noticed this audio. And yes, you're right. History in this world is game history.
Great.
Hana!
Mai burst in through the door, flung herself across the room, and grabbed my radio.
Hey.
Hey, where you been? What are you doing?
Give me a second, we're missing it. There we go. But I swear, that dog was the living worst. That's why I need a bird, like my lovely Jacques. Watch your tongue.
What is this?
Shh.
Hey.
So, the time has come to make an official announcement. This year, just like every other year, the Norwoods Club will be participating in the video game tournament.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Yeah! A As PBG applauded as though he were a crowd of 30 people, I shot a puzzled glance at Mai.
I hope you guys will support us again this year, and best of luck to all of our competitors. You guys are going down! And now for some music.
Great. Mai turned down the radio and sighed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what did you want?
What was that?
PB&J. It's PBG and John's radio show.
They have a radio show? What do they do on it?
Oh, you know, they talk and stuff. Play music sometimes. Everyone in school listens to it. I'm so glad you brought your radio. I forgot mine at home.
In a video game tournament?
Yeah, didn't you hear them talking about it the other day?
No. Yes, I did. Come to think of it, I hadn't paid much attention to their conversations. I was too busy worrying about myself.
Uh-huh.
Every year they have a game tournament down at the mall. Lots of people come to compete, but everyone knows a real fight between Normal Boots and the Hidden Block Club.
You just said forget Higambana?
Got tired of it.
Higambana.
Higambana. Fine, you say it then.
Higambana.
Great, you say it again.
All right, Higambana.
Great. You can say it every time it comes up.
Is that what they do? Video game tournaments?
Yeah, that's why nobody ever's joined them since their inception.
Wow.
Well, I guess partly because they're a group of friends who just happened to make a club together, but also, unless you're really talented, you'll just drag them down.
Ouch.
Not all of them are so harsh, but some of them, well...
Mai glanced away, but I felt like I knew who she was talking about. That's too bad. The conversation I had before with Jimmy and Caddy came to my mind. Had they really thought I was joining the Normal Boots Club? There's no way. I hadn't played a video game since I was a kid. My father gave me a 4DS when I left home, but I want a 4DS. The night before I left home for Asagao, my dad came to visit me in my room. I had packed the few things I'd owned into a briefcase in a single cardboard box set to be shipped with a train. I sat and stared at the box, somewhat bitter. I barely even needed it. I didn't own much.
Hana?
Yeah, Dad? My father stood in front of me, a wary smile on his face. Even though he tried to hide it, I could see by the deep wrinkles around his eyes and forehead that he was tired. Sad. The past few years had taken their toll on him, and I hadn't eased things.
You'll be leaving tomorrow.
Yeah. A heavy silence hung between us, filling my childhood bedroom like styrofoam.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. He nodded and glanced around my room at the pale blue walls, the broken clock above my old desk, the scuff marks around the doorframe from where I ran into it as a kid. I'd lived in this house almost my whole life, ever since moving after kindergarten. It was everything I knew, but now it was too much for me. The decision to transfer to Asagao didn't come lightly. First, it was a prestigious institution with a highly prized reputation. Only the best of the best, touting either great grades, impressive talent, or lots of money could get in. I was none of those things, but I made it in regardless. Part of me suspected I was a charity case. I received a small scholarship and would no doubt look good for the academy to have fostered a poverty-stricken child in its walls. And despite the fact that my father couldn't afford it even with the scholarship, he guaranteed he'd support me if I went. I looked again at the wrinkles in his face, at the sagging shoulders. He pressed his hands against his body to hide the way they shook. All for me. He'd be all alone.
I'm glad you're going. This will be good for you.
Yeah. I wished I could say something else, but nothing came.
Well, honey, just in case you get homesick, I brought a present for you.
Present? From his pocket, my dad produced a shining pink Nintendo 4DS and placed it into my hands. Nintendo.
For you.
But why? How? Dad, this costs so much. You're already killing yourself to let me go. Why would you... Tears spilled from my eyes as my dad smiled.
Nothing is too good for you, my dear Hana.
Yo, so they're like giving her like emotional reasons why she needs to learn how to play video games and get in the Normal Boots Club.
Yeah, dude.
Great.
You're on it.
His voice was trembling.
You're my pride and joy. You deserve it so much better than you've gotten from me.
Dad?
Go to Asagao, have fun, make a lot of friends, and when you get homesick, you'll play with that. I'll make do.
I stood up and hugged him, burying my face in his scratchy sweater and oatmeal smell. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you, my little Hana.
But the thing is, he forgot to give me a cartridge to play with. Dun dun dun! Now I glance at the machine hidden behind my desk lamp. Mai watched me carefully.
Well, you never know what could happen.
What? What do you mean? Mai giggled.
Nothing at all. But I'll just go back, so I've got work to do.
Work, right. PBG and I still had that project due, and we hadn't meant to discuss it at all. He said he had it under control, but I should probably make a backup plan just in case. It wasn't that I didn't trust him, it was just that... Okay, I didn't trust him. Sighing, I worked a kink out of my shoulder. It looked like it would be a long night. Ugh, what was that noise?
This is probably the weirdest part of the game.
Stop it, please. Ugh, I'm coming. Who on earth would do this so early? So early in the morning, in fact, that it wasn't even light out. Quietly patted over the door. Mai shifted in her bed. What?
It's about time.
What the fuck? Joshua Lena? Is this a real is this a girl?
It's Josh wearing a wig.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who?
Oh, honey.
She pushed past me and swept into the room, flipping on the light switch. Paul and Nick followed after him.
Hana, I feel just terrible about ruining your uniform. Seriously, we owe you an apology and a clean uniform. I'm not so good at that kind of stuff, so I brought a friend here to help me.
Josh pulled open my drawer and tossed out clothes left and right. Oh my god, stop! That's my underwear! What's wrong with you? I ran to him and grabbed his arm, trying to pull him away.
These panties are so cute. They're perfect for you.
Get away from there!
Where's your uniform?
I ducked below Josh and pulled open a drawer, pulling out the sticky fabric. Here, take it! I threw it at Josh's face, but he caught it with ease.
This is no problem. I'll promise I'll have this cleaned in no time. Girls.
What? He snapped.
Follow me.
What is...
I think this might be one of those like anime dating trope type stuff, but also like I know that on the April Fools that continue, Josh dressed up as a girl too, so it might be a nod to that as well. I don't really know.
Paul, Nick, and Josh swept from my room, but they didn't head towards the hall exit. Instead, they turned left, heading deeper into the dormitory. I didn't have a good feeling about this. I stepped into my slippers and ran into the hallway just in time to see the door to the girls' bathroom close. Oh no.
Ah, what are you doing in here?
I sprinted to the bathroom door, but before I could get there, Paul and Nick slammed into the wall across from the door.
Men like you are the worst.
Whoa!
Whoa! No, this was all a misunderstanding, please. I'm sure it was.
No, Mimi, it really was. Wait a second, where's the other, person who was with them?
She's doing something with the uniform in the sink.
All right. Mimi tossed her head with a sniff and headed back into the bathroom. She actually thinks Josh is a girl?
She wouldn't be the first.
What?
Josh himself believes if he's a girl. That wig is magical.
What? Well, stay out of the girls' bathroom. It's not exactly going to help your platform if word gets around that you're a pervert. A shadow fell over Paul's face. I sighed. Don't worry, I'll talk to Mimi. Go back to the boys' dorm.
All right.
Thank you so much, Hana.
Yeah. I love how, like, mean she is sometimes. I watched them scamper away, then headed into the bathroom. Hey, Joshua Lena? You and I should probably get going. I rounded the corner and found him doing Mimi's hair.
In a second, Hana. I've got to finish this.
This is so weird. All right.
Hana, have you met Joshua Lena? She's so good with hair. And look, she even got the stain out of the shirt.
So she's like a magic woman who exists when Josh...
I'm gonna spoil this for you. She only ever exists in this scene and never again.
So it's just like this weird...
This is just a one-off scene.
All right. Mimi held up my uniform.
Really?
Really? Thank goodness. Thank you so much.
It's no problem, honey.
I guess I'll let you finish. Mimi, you won't tell anyone about Paul and Nick coming in the bathroom, will you?
Why wouldn't I?
Well, as class representatives, they were just trying to help Joshua Lena get her bearings, and they were showing her where the bathroom was. I should have been the one to show her, but I was asleep and they didn't want to wake me up.
Oh. Well, I guess it's fine then.
Thank you. I stood staring at them, unsure of what to do next.
Do you mind? I need to concentrate to finish this.
Oh. I'm sorry. I went back to my room. Life at Asagao never got easier, did it? Mai was still asleep when I got back. There was no way I was going back to bed, so I changed my uniform, grabbed my bag, and went to class early. All right, let's stop here, huh?
No, man, we these are movies. We do these 45 minutes.
All right.
We do them 45 minutes because, especially in chapter 1, because it's really, the first chapter is really long. Because it's the whole dating of all of us. And then once you pick a person, the game finally kind of starts. So I want to try and get like these. We'll switch to 30 once we start doing the main chapter stuff. But up until then, we should try and do 45-minute videos. I know it's like kind of frustrating, but...
No, it's fine. I always just look for an out of 30.
I got you.
My plan was to get started on the project Miss Shizuka gave us. As sincere as PPG was, I wasn't quite sure he'd hold up his end of the bargain. I stepped into the classroom and went to my seat, throwing my bag against my desk. A small snap came from across the room. Shane was at his desk, giving me a look. Damn, Shane.
Do you mind trying to work?
Jesus, Shane. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked to the door. It was too late to leave, but I didn't want to be stuck by myself with a guy who clearly hated me. I sat down at my desk and looked at my hands.
This is the quietest place I can find in the mornings.
Really?
Really? Not the library? Shane shook his head. I see. I'll try not to bother you. He shook his head again.
You're fine. Do whatever.
It'd be awkward if I just sat there like that. So, what are you working on? Shane looked at me, and for a moment I thought he wasn't going to answer. Then he waved me over. I crossed the room to his desk and looked over his shoulder. Several sheets of paper with lightly sketched outlines lay in front of him. It looked like they were for comics? You draw comics?
Yeah.
What about? He shrugged.
Whatever.
He said it with a touch of finality, so I skipped to another topic.
Whatever.
Do you mind if I ask where you're from? Shane gave a heavy sigh.
Could you not tell by my accent? I'm from England. It's my second year.
Oh. He continued to draw, etching the lines of a British...
I'm so sorry to every English
No.
person out there.
I think that there should be a patch where Gerard's recordings from this show just go into the game.
No way. Maybe for my lines and that's it.
No, I just want like a fan mod.
Okay.
Yeah. He continued to draw, etching the lines of a British flag above what looked to be a government building. Do you miss it? He finished shading a line before responding.
I guess. My whole family's there.
You're by yourself? Why'd you come here?
Class will start soon. Don't you have something to work on?
Ouch. Taking the hint, I went back to my desk. Suddenly, the door slammed open.
Hey,
Hey, look, we got here early. Wonderful. Oh, Hana, Shane. Looks like it's the four of us. We should stir up some trouble.
Trouble?
Let's plant an egg on Miss Shizuki's chair, huh? I bet you think it'd be hilarious.
No.
No. Aw, come on. I bet I could find an exploding bird or two to dive bomb us during class.
No.
No.
I bet you could probably bake her a cake.
Filled with knives!
Really?
The heck is wrong with you?
Shane was more than an ocean away from his family and friends. I was only 2 hours away from my dad, yet I missed him so much. Was Shane homesick at all? Soon, other students filled the room, and Mai joined me at my desk, asking why I abandoned her. I filled her in on the situation. She had a good laugh, but as the clock ticked closer to class time, I felt like something was missing. Eventually, I realized what it was. PBG wasn't in class yet. The bell rang, Miss Shizuka came in, and class began, but still he was nowhere to be found. Where was he?
The real problem that causes grinding to be necessary in RPGs, if you ask me, is that the whole system is flawed.
Okay, Miss Shizuka, let's not get into something so controversial.
Miss Shizuki's on a tangent again. She must have gotten stood up.
Class was nearly over and PBG still hadn't shown. I was worried, but no one else seemed to care.
That kid always misses class.
Still, what if he was sick? Why didn't anyone care? At the sound of the bell, Miss Shizuka jumped.
Oh, well, we'll turn in your 2-page reflection on why the human species as a whole has the emotional range of a teaspoon due tomorrow. She definitely got stood up.
Miss Shizuka? I stood and dashed to her desk.
Yes, Hana?
PBG wasn't in class today, and I can take his notes to him if you need.
Oh, Hana, you're a godsend.
Miss Shizuka's eyes watered. She leaned over her desk and pulled me into a hug.
It's wonderful to see our youth have hope.
Roasted.
Hana?
She pulled away and stared into my eyes.
Don't give up on love. You're young. If PBG is the one you want, you have my blessing. Here, take these papers.
Oh my god. She shoved the handouts from today's class into my hands and gathered her things.
Bless your heart.
She left the room crying.
Ha! Poor thing. She must have really liked this one.
Does this happen often?
Often enough. So you're taking that to PBG, huh?
Yeah. But now that I think of it, I don't know his room number.
402.
How?
It's next to Jared's room, so of course I'd notice him leaving in the mornings.
Ah.
I've got tryouts, so I won't be able to go with you. Good luck, though. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you.
I told you, I don't think he feels that way. Before I could say anything more, she left the room. 400, 401, 402, here it is. I paused in front of his door, my heart in my throat. I suddenly felt horribly stupid about bringing this to him. It wasn't like he would even look at it. He said himself that he hated school. But what if he was dying in there? John went to the drama club. He wouldn't be back for a few hours. Sucking it up, I knocked on the door.
Who is it?
It's Hana. I brought some notes from... The door swung open before I could finish my sentence. PBG beamed down at me.
Hana.
Hana, hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Come in, come in.
Thanks. I stepped into a messy room. Posters lined the walls and small Harvest Noon plushies were piled up on one of the beds, which I assumed to be PPG's. Duck Hunt, chillin. Check it out. Cool. Another 2 Xbox 360s. A TV was on in the center of the room. Turby twinkled happily from the pause menu. Turby? You playing games?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
PBG closed the door behind me.
I didn't feel like going to class today, so I thought I'd stay in and do some work.
Work?
Well,
we do have a tournament coming up, so this kind of counts.
I brought you the stuff we went over in class.
Oh, thank you.
He took the papers out of my hands and set them on a desk next to a small stack of manga. I'm glad you're feeling well.
Were you worried that I was sick? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's adorable, so I'm kind of happy about it.
What?
What?
Do you want to hang out? We have to work on our project at some point anyways, right?
Well, I didn't really have anything else planned.
Great.
He plopped into a beanbag and slapped a pillow down next to him.
Do you want to play?
No, I'm not too good at games. I think I'll just watch.
Okay then.
He unpaused the game. Turby sprinted across the screen, shooting fireballs from his mouth. PBG and I didn't talk much. Instead, I commented on the game and laughed at him when he died. Before I knew it, the sun was setting and I had to leave.
You're welcome back anytime. Actually, we're having a Stomping Sisters tournament in 2 days. You can come if you want.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Really?
Really? Sure.
See ya.
Awesome. It'll be at noon in this room. See you then.
I left the dorm and stepped out into the fading sunlight. The air was warm, filled with the smell of freshly cut grass. I couldn't put my finger on it, but something about being around PBG was comforting. Shaking my head, I went back to the dorms.
Hey.
Hey, Mai, how did tryouts...
Hana, close your eyes. Don't move.
Before I could flip on the light switch, something warm collided with me and my eyes were covered. What's going on?
Stop squirming. You'll ruin it.
Ruin what?
Just follow my lead, okay?
Mai guided me through the room, telling me where to step.
Down.
She put her hand on my back and folded me in half, inching me into something that felt like it had a roof.
Almost done.
What exactly is going on?
And ta-da!
I gasped. I wish credits started rolling. Mai, what is this?
What does it look like? It's a pillow fort. I've been looking forward to this for ages. Tryouts already happened. I made the team. Easy. I left early because I wanted to set this up for you.
For me?
Well, for us. You've been such a good friend to me, Hana. I'm so glad we got to be roommates. I wanted to do something for you to make you feel more at home. I've seen how panicked you can be going around school. I don't know what happened in your life, but Asagao is your fresh start, right? You've got me and you've got this school, and normal boots too. If you're up for it, this can be your new life. You don't ever have to look back. And now this is when we can play.
Mai?
Yeah, I knew it. I totally knew you were going to cry.
Perfection.
I guess this means I was successful. Ah, Mai, you've done it again.
Mai! I slammed her into a hug.
Whoa, be careful. You don't want to break it. This took me forever.
Sandlot. Mai, I was bullied at my old school. That's why I came here. And it was only because my dad gave up everything to afford it. I thought you wouldn't like me. And I have a hard time trusting people. But if you wanted to, I think we could be best friends.
Oh no, oh God, now I'm crying.
Yay!
And now I'm gonna cry. Yes, let's be friends. I'm so happy.
Ha 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 ha! Me too! Together, we're unstoppable.
I'll say.
Let's hook you and Jirard up.
Wait, I can't even speak to him without self-destructing.
It's fine. There's no way he could fall. He couldn't fall for you.
Oh yeah? And no one's caught your eye yet?
Huh?
I'd say there's more than a few suitors on your horizon. Aren't you gonna give it a shot?
Me? Dating? My eyes shifted across the fort Mai made, the stuffed rabbit sitting on my bed, the window with the view of Asagao's manicured lawn. My life changed so much, so quickly. You know, maybe I could.
Aw, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I prepared for some activities for us to do. Look,
She pulled out a tablet and opened an app.
we're gonna marathon you through Vavatar.
I don't know.
Too late.
She pressed play. As evening faded into night, we huddled in the blanket fort, watching episode after episode and messing with each other. Happier than I'd been for a long time, I rested my head on Mai's shoulder. Before I knew it, I'd fallen asleep.
And I think this is a good place to stop.
Next
Next time. Next time here.
Next time in the Beer Bros. The Bros.
Day 6. We're not even a week into school. Shit.
How many weeks are there in school?
I don't know.
Holy man.
But I do know that once we pick a suitor, this game will go a lot faster.
A suitor, eh? I
Yeah.
already picked my suitor.
You gotta get it.
I gotta get it?
Can you get that though?
What if I don't get you?
If you don't get the best ending, and I'm not gonna help you at all. If you don't get the best ending, you buy me a fucking goddamn pizza.
Is it possible to get the best ending in one playthrough?
Yes, it is.
Do you swear to God?
I swear to God.
Did I already mess up?
No,
Okay.
not at all. You're
You sh-
fine.
All right.
You are good to go.
All right, deal. But then if I do it, you have to buy me a pizza.
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah,
He's
dude.
been making the rock-on symbol at me for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, because I know you can't get this fine, sweet ass.
Hashtag, I'm going to get your ass, dude.
You're not gonna get shit.
I'm going to get in there.
Get out.
I'm going to leave that shit open when I leave, too.
In Street Fighter 5, man, you gotta get in that ass. You're not getting here.
I'll get in that ass.
I'm gonna play footsies with your ass. Footsies. You can't
I'm
get in
going
the
to put
zone.
my foot in your side of your ass.
You're not gonna get anywhere near me.
You're going to beg me to
This
do
is
it.
getting real intimate.
See you guys next time.
Later, man.